Okay, here is now hoping that this is live. Hello there, viewers. Silent Service here, back with another Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts episode, and I'm just starting a new follower goal on Twitch because we've reached our previous follower goal of 30 followers. And you see me starting off here with the Albedo class battleships. Here, they're going to go through their first, and most likely given the year we're in, only refit that they'll have before my retirement from the Navy. And I think I could, if I want to, roleplay that the Albedos have a long career after this that spans multiple more decades. Okay, so increase barbette protection a bit. Better auto-loading guns. Why are the turrets not even set properly? 2 powder 2 is okay enough. Stereo is okay. Just need to go with the better generation radar. "5" 38s get up calibered, which is, well, get up marked, I should say, not calibered. And what else is really needed to be done on these things? The arc weight offset, we've been okay with. I could up them to diesel 2s, or I could go to gas turbines. I'm gonna go gas turbines. Like, let's go full experimental here. Gas turbines. So I could upgrade the shaft. I think I could upgrade the anti-torpedo now as well. Yes, I can. And the anti-flash. Almost. The anti-flash is an almost. That will have to stay as it is. Of number 4. Maybe if I... No, I can't reduce the beam much at all, actually, because the barbettes I chose. Their efficiency is going to be reduced then, it seems. But it at least means that they can still... Well, they won't have as much of an accuracy penalty because of engine vibrations. That's positive there. So, hold on a second. It's turned off if... And then pin that message to be manually unpinned at the end of the stream, so then, yeah. Right, and that also fixes our offset issue a lot. So yeah, the 16 inches are staying at the mark they currently are, which is fine by me, because they have more than proven their worth. Like, the Albedos themselves have more than proven their worth in their years of service. Well, mostly way, but still, the class has proven itself. That's all we really need to mention. looking for him one winter's night. Arrested, he was bound. He said there'd been a robbery. His pistol had been found. Dun, 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 dun. They marched into the station house. He waited till the dawn, and as they led into the docks, he knew that he'd been wronged. You stand accused of robbery, he heard the bailiff say. He knew without an alibi, tomorrow's light would mourn his freedom over the hills and far away. For 10 long years he'll count the days from the mountains and the sea. A prisoner's life for him there'll be. If anyone could guess that song I was just singing, then well done, you're a fan of some good music. If you can't guess that, then I'm sorry. You have some really horrible music choices. I didn't even want to go into research tab. Shit, I hate this game at times. Finances. Oh, that's pretty much as much as I'm going to be allowing my budget to go down. And that's with the destroyers limited fleeted. I think I could limit fleet the light cruisers as well. That could help. I do apologise if I do suddenly pause. That would be because I would be swallowing down vomit. Too much information, but there's only one thing that is going to stop me from doing live streams, and that's illness that leaves me bedridden. So, yeah, even back when I got COVID, I still streamed and did videos and stuff, and that is not changing. Canada want an albedo. We cannot give you an albedo. But a couple of the super destroyers can be easily arranged for a meeting with the people who want to purchase them. And yeah, there are 2 ships in building now for the Netherlands, which has increased our budget slightly. Right, the light cruisers, all you lot, including the one in Guantanamo, go to limited. Oh yeah, I should mention from the last episode, the war did end, yes, which we won, and we took the Philippines, as you saw. But we didn't get enough gain to purchase one of the Rhode Island class. Well, I say purchase, what I actually mean is steal one of the Rhode Island class battleships off the Americans. Right, so we're still good there. I'm going to also mothball one of the Danesefs, because honestly thinking about it, the Danesef class, they served us well, but they're getting a bit we need to replace them, but I obviously can't afford to replace them, but we can. I'm calling them old enough that we can at least sell one of them off to an allied nation of ours. Yeah, you get that destroyer. If I also put it into limited as well as mothballed, and that's reduced its cost almost entirely now. And it is not going to return to service in my navy. This ship here as well is going into limited, although as I've already decided which one of the class is actually going, it's not going to go into mothball, but it is going to be limited. I should I've got an idea of something that may help my sore throat, because it's worked quite a lot before, especially as we don't have honey in the house. I can't. Okay, Arabia gets the battlecruiser, the Ottomans get the other destroyer there. We are very much now in a good budgetary placement. Well, better budgetary placement than we were, I should say. I think I can make us a tiny bit better on budget by doing that. Okay. Okay, positive 3 million. Now, we are going to be getting some Mark III 18-inch guns shortly. Or I could now refit the surviving Tartaglia class with 17-inch guns. Now, as I don't have a Twitch chat here that I am aware of, yes, I'm blissfully unaware of whether or not I have anyone in Twitch chat. So, I don't have Twitch chat to make the decision for me. Okay, how are our policies with people? France, Japan, and Spain are our most major concerns. Okay, Japan I don't want a war with again, because although we won the 2 previous wars, Germany has laid down battlecruisers in 1996. Something makes me think they ran out of names and haven't had enough ships sunk to give them more names yet. Sorry about that. As you might be able to possibly tell, I am deteriorating at a worse state than I believed I was. I'm not stopping the stream though. I'm just gonna get myself a nice hot drink that should help my throat. Oh god, loading screen's still going on, but I don't want to make it look like I've abandoned the stream, so come back up while the kettle's boiling. Oh shit, I don't like this feeling. But I'm not stopping streaming. No, I'm not stopping streaming. If I could have carried on stream while being affected by COVID, and also as well if I could carry on stream whilst recovering from my surgery, I think I can carry on streaming for a simple cold. I think that's the kettle boiled. No, it's not. That was just the sound of the washing machine. Okay. France and Italy have had problems with their alliances together. Did our attempts to improve relations with the Japanese go well? Okay. Empire, yes, they did go well. Right. Prove the Spanish, although I don't really care about the French. Right, well, as long as it's going on, I'm going to make the hot drink. As the kettle's boiled now. Okay, so give that sufficient time to brew. Meanwhile, we're in another loading screen still. It's another one of these loading screens. Which, yeah, I'm going to have to exit the main menu, then go back in. But yeah, just come back up because I need to see if the loading screen was done, one, but also two, because I need to let the tea brew. As yeah, I did find we had a very small bit of honey left in a jar we've had for ages. I don't know if honey has a date where you can't have it anymore, but I'm gonna take that risk because like a hot drink with honey in helps you throw, and I just decided to add a tea bag to make it a bit more tasteful. But also, one of the things to do is try and keep yourself as warm as possible and try and sweat out a cold, so something like that. So yeah, I'm now making sure that every last, well, as much exposed skin except for my face as possible is covered. Well, I could cover my face because I do have a mask, but I don't think viewers would appreciate me wearing a plain doctor mask for the rest of the stream. Right. No, I was supposed to steal finance and get the research budget up. Ultimate Admiral, do not do this. Hell, even the game is now trying to say, yeah, Silent, you're an idiot. You should really just stop and sort your health out. Stop and sort my health out. Who do you think I am? Someone who actually cares about their health? I actually do care about my health, but yeah. If I haven't cared about my looks for ages, well, considering the fact that despite pressure from viewers and family, I still haven't gotten rid of this monobrow here, or unibrow, whatever. Yeah. Right. I'm just going to quickly go and get the tea now, because it should have sufficiently brewed. Finally, a loading screen that actually completes on the loading side of things. I just got the better of him. Okay. Empire of Japan. Do more to improve our relations with each other. Okay. How are our GDP stuff doing? Yeah, we're doing well. Right. September goes into October. And those destroyers got delivered to their new home with the Netherlands. New home in the Netherlands. Well, viewers, I know for certain what is going to be the next campaign that we're going to be doing. That next campaign we're going to be doing is going to be a German historical capabilities ship campaign, which will start from 1930-ish. Well, 1930s or 40s, one of the two. God, so I'm going to have to try and get a ship that's capability like Emden. I'm going to have to do ship capability like the Deutschland. I'm going to have to do ships capability like the 3 dreadnoughts that were left, but it's obviously going to have to be for game purposes on a different hull in a 3 dreadnought hull, but I got loads of stuff I need to do to follow a historical German campaign. Yeah, it's going through this again. Seems that now almost every other loading screen we go through has to go through this screen. But we're almost to the end, viewers. We're almost to the end, and then once we're at the end, we can start a new campaign, and I can rejoice at the fact that I've actually finished a series. As for my game series wise, I know one definite series that would not be making an end because I've run out of story stuff would be Fallout 76, because it's an online game that is still getting stuff developed for it by Bethesda, so it shouldn't be much of a issue. Well, I'm just thinking about it. Isn't it today 111 years ago when Titanic last saw land? Like, when Titanic had departed from Queenstown was today 111 years ago. Oh god, if I go to war with France, then they don't have much of their country left, and okay, it seems that Britain has finally gotten more than Liverpool and Manchester back. You know, got Sunderland back, Hull back, Yarmouth back, and wherever here's back, which is also making me think that in the areas as well, they've got London back, which means that then the royal family's back to being in London. If the monarchy is still around for them, that is. Let's actually check that. No, the monarchy are not around. There's only 2 countries with a monarchy left, that is Japan and Spain. My efforts to improve relations with Japan have been successful. Okay. Time for us to tick over with France. And our first place of interest will be this place here, which, yeah, seems right for first place of interest to take over from France, because it's directly next door to the Chinese mainland. And I'm thinking, if we go to war with France, with everyone's current relations with France, we would actually be, for once, not the party that has the majority of nations going to war with them. Oh god. I made this tea way too sweet, because not only just the small amount of honey we had left, I added quite a bit of sugar. Good thing I'm not diabetic. Although, I'm going to cut back on sugars after this tea to also avoid that, because I don't want to really end up like my great-grandfather and get that and then die of complications of that. Like, oh no, loading screen again. Right. Oh, viewers, do you want to know something I'm actually surprised about recently? I got away with playing a Toto song in a recent video I uploaded to my YouTube channel, which YouTube viewers would be the only ones seeing this bit anyway, but yeah, I in the latest Fallout episode of Time of Recording, which is number 5 of that series, I, funnily enough, accidentally started it off with, well, accidentally, I did that as a bit of a, yeah, I want to have a bit of music go off in the start, and it'd be helpful to, well, no, it'd be interesting to see if any viewers know the song. One thing I actually do need to check in regards to the YouTube channel as well is the results on a poll I started on my channel, which was okay, so interesting. That's interesting, actually. I've on my YouTube, for Twitch viewers who don't know, recently put up a poll asking my viewers if I should keep my YouTube channel name as Silent Service Gaming and Music, or if I should change it over to my name on Twitch, which, for those of you who obviously are watching on Twitch, it's Silent Service 77. And all the votes I've gotten so far is 100% keep Silent Service Gaming and Music. I thought people would want a much more simpler name to know me by. And considering the fact I don't even do in the intros the gaming and music part, I just say Silent Service. Yeah. Actually, nah, never attempt to play guitar with gloves. It doesn't go well. looking for him one winter's night. Arrested, he was bound. It said there'd been a robbery. His pistol had been found. I don't know why I'm actually singing again, Over the Hills and Far Away. Over the hills and far away, 10 long years he'll count the days, far from the mountains and the sea. Prisoner's life, for him there'll be. Dun, 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 dun. Here's hoping everyone hates France more than they hate me, because we're about to possibly go to war with France. He knew that it would cost him dear, but yet he dare not say just where he'd been that fateful night. A secret it must stay. He had to fight back tears of rage, his heart beating like a drum. For with the wife of his best friend, he spent his final nights of freedom over the hills and far away. He prays he will return one day, far from... Oh no, I'm getting the choruses confused now. Damn you, Gary Moore, for having different choruses in each time with only over the hills and far away bit being repeated. Place that there. I could drink that properly. Oh no, not. It's this loading screen again. So, yeah, it turns out I'm gonna have to exit and enter again. I'm sorry again, Twitch chat, about the fact that I've had to again exit and relaunch UAD. Well, at least I'm doing a British thing and drinking tea. Most likely thinking with how long this episode is actually taking so far, this isn't going to be the last episode of this like I thought. This is going to be the penultimate. But then again, it depends on how long I stream this episode for and... well, yeah, how long I live stream for and stuff. That has helped my throat slightly. Excuse me. Right. Yeah, nothing really much changing on the policies. The budget, we're okay. We're getting the new 18-inch guns. Next turn. And 1945, the last 5 years of this campaign, and we will be going to war with the French. the Frenchman for this next foreseeable future. Fucking hell. Don't you just all hate illnesses, viewers? I do. They're not a good thing. Not again. No, let me exit to main menu. Yes, I want to exit to main menu and return back in because of this issue. Well, Twitch, this turn actually something interesting will happen. Which that interesting thing to happen will be the surviving Tartaglia will get refit to better 18-inch guns. Because Mark III 18-inch guns should now be available to the nation. That is China. If not, then... well... I shall be having some conversations with the research team. Just imagine in your head me with a bass guitar or something. You could imagine it with hold on a second. This one. You could just imagine it with this one. Crushing their skulls in. They're misreporting the fact that we'll be getting Mark III 18-inch guns if we don't have Mark III 18-inch guns, I mean, if we don't have Mark III 18-inch guns. And he was hoping viewers realised they had to look at the face cam for that. Yeah, that stand's not going to fall, it's good. Okay, UAD is taking a while to respond. I'm guessing our provoking was ignored. No, it wasn't ignored. It's just that we're already at -99 and should have gone to war, but the loading screen issue had changed that immediately. Right, so... now we're here for the refit the century. No, not really, but... unlike Japan, we at least keep one of our super battleships alive. Yamato. I haven't even gone into the refit mode. I hate this bloody game. Right, let's try that again. View the design and then refit mode. As that shouldn't have happened. And also, if any of you stream viewers are medical professionals, well, stream/video, depending where you're watching this, viewers are medical professionals, you're also saying that I should probably have not been doing the stream with how horrible I'm feeling right now. I'm thinking that as well, but I'm also like, who the fuck really cares? I'm still streaming, I'm still alive, so just carry on as nothing happened. That's pretty much what I'm doing. Okay, now I can go into the refit and it won't cause me problems. Okay, I misinterpreted the won't cause me problems, but there we go. Okay, I should turn them up to 50 cals then, because they're already at 49, so let's go 50s. 18-inch 50 cals. Yep. Oil's still as good as we're gonna get. We're good on the turbines. Better shaft. Bit of beam reduction. And the removal of 2 guns. And then those high benches are going to have to be replaced. Okay, we actually have an archway offset now. Oh god, where is there a 1.1-inch gun still on this thing? Ah, up there. Sneaky bastard, thought it could get away from being up there. Right. I want to increase the speed by a knot. 28 knots. That'll do. Maybe reduce our draw, and then that gets us gold. Okay, doing that is not help with anything. We can't fit that on. Could I fit that? Yeah, I can. Good. 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 TNT 4. Tube powder 2. Yep. We're gold. Always believe in your soul. You've got the power to know. You're indestructible. Always believe. No. No, I'm gonna stop with that Spandau Ballet song. Well, from a musician's perspective, I actually find it really funny that the most famous member of Spandau Ballet is the band's bass player, which usually the bass players are always forgotten about, as well as also he's most famous for EastEnders. He's most famous for playing, I think it was Steve Owen. Oh god, I'm now trying to remember a conversation I was having with a very close family friend. Very close family friend. He's also an author and also likes classic stuff, which includes classic EastEnders episodes, which is how he knows about the character. Okay. January into February. We've already done our refittings. And here's hoping that this time that the loading screen completes. Which from the looks of it is, because I can see there's building ships going on, so... They're asking for trouble. It's war! Oh, and the Soviets have also joined in. Us, Germany, Italy, Austria-Hungary, Japan and Spain have all allianced with each other. Oh god, how things change. Right. Yeah, how things change quite a bit. Tech budget 50%, crew training maximum. And unlike my initial idea, I am not going to do any naval invasions. Actually, well, the French Navy only has a singular battleship here. Let's start the death stack. No one's in Hong Kong, so we are going to have to go up here for more ships, and they will go down there and join in on the fun there. Shanghai, the Albedo. Yeah, that's our entire fleet that is being used for the invasions. Sent out. And then we're also doing land invasions, which is good as well. So yeah, we're naval invading one place, we're land invading the other. And we've already got victory points against the French. Maybe it's because of transport losses. Okay, so my biggest concern right now would be light cruiser numbers. So I'm going to spend some of our remaining budget on 4 light cruisers. And for us, it's pretty much, we go to, oh shit! I missed fights, I skipped fights, shit, scheiße. Okay, don't mind my swearing around there, Here's the thing as well, I can't make a claim that I've got Tourette's. Although it is a thing that runs in my family, I'm not one of the ones who has it. I'm still getting victory points anyway, so, yeah. The Soviets have already declared peace. Wow. I don't really do destroy reverse destroy as much. Although I know for certain that my Gintan class can handle that, and it has handled that really well. I'm wondering if we'll encounter that French battle fleet that we saw earlier. They came for him one winter's night, arrested he was bound. They said there'd been a robbery, and his pistol had been found. I think I should really just try and start singing another song, but oh god. Oh, the Americans have got a new battle cruiser. The United States class. How original. Oh, is President Truman going to cancel that class? Because we all know what happened when last time a warship tried to be named the United States. So Laos I'm invading. Not Tonkin, because Laos has got the more, well, less troops. Well, we all knew this was coming. Tech budget, you're being cut. Oh god. It came for him. No, I should stop. There goes the siren that warns out the air raid. There comes the sound of the gun sending flak. Out for the scramble, we gotta get airborne. Gotta get up for the coming attack. Jump in the cockpit and start up the engines. Remove all the wheel tracks, there's no time to waste. Gathering speed as we head down the runway. Gotta get up for the coming attack. Yeah, that's, if I remember correctly, an Iron Maiden song. Wait, no, it's not if I remember correctly. Of course it's Iron Maiden! It's Aces High, which is the first ever one of their songs I heard, so... Or was that Run to the Hills? No, it was Aces High, because I only played GTA 4 Lost and Damned, which I still haven't completed because it's a bloody difficult DLC in my opinion. We can't give you an albedo class. We already already know that it's a Destroyer vs. Destroyer, and you already know I don't do those. Okay. Watch as that now becomes a Chinese dock yard. For new Chinese ships to be built in if need be. Okay. You guys can move off Tonkin and you will naval invade there. I'm going to get rid of half the light crews and build a small swarm of Gintans instead. Fuck. Fucking hell. Fucking hell, chat, I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. I hate this. We do not negotiate with the enemy. Okay. I don't see a war with them happening soon. The end of Verenion is rebelling. Okay. Our invasion over here is going well. Our invasion here is going to be more than enough for taking over there. And I think the other ships there can take a holiday in Cambodia. Oh god, I really need to stop making that whenever I go and invade Cambodia. For those of you who don't get it, it's a Dead Kennedy song called Holiday in Cambodia that I'm referencing. It's a song that my one of my lecturers has quite a love for because he's obviously a massive punk fan. Well, not obvious because probably no one here knows him unless of course it's one of my classmates that are starting to watch this. Then they know which one of the lecturers I'm talking about already. Hell, even though it's most unlikely, it could even be that lecturer himself watching. Hello there, Emperor of Finland. In game it is going well, but how I'm doing physically right now, shit. I woke up this morning and started off with a really bad sore throat, but it's now every 2 minutes I'm having to swallow down vomit, and it's become a really bad cough and stuff. And no, fight to the end. Fight to the end. Okay, you guys, you've got a new place to move to, and we have got a new invasion to begin, because it's, oh, we can't do a naval invasion for another turn. I wasn't getting mad at the game. I haven't been today. But yeah, I do know what you mean of getting mad at the game. I've had that a few times. Ah, God. Yeah, I also know that Monroe and Stealth, they both complain about it. Even sometimes they're actually good at hiding it. How I avoid the torpedo dodging thing is the very simple way of point blank range. Your destroyer's going to die, but you're at least going to take something down with it. Me, I've never really used destroyers as a screening unit. Although I have been recently starting with keeping my battleships at a distance, which it's especially helpful when you've got quite a lot of radar systems, advanced radar systems, I should say, and your battleships are, well, at least in one case, 18-inch gun equipped. Yes, I have a battleship with 16 18-inch guns. Don't question. Just, deal with it. Right, once this invasion's done, then this fleet can move over to Cambodia while that fleet stays there. That might be an interesting thing I'll try out in my next campaign then. They don't seem to like charging into them, but they seem to like shooting at them over battleships. Ah, God. I shouldn't do anything that would make me laugh. That's gonna make things worse. Yeah, because this is the invasion fleet, I'm not. Mine don't have such a range, unfortunately. Like, the furthest I think I can go out is like 28 kilometers. Here's the thing, I have, in a few previous engagements, actually gotten really decent hits from that far of a distance. two I could mainly think about was one with the battleship Way, which is our most successful battleship we've had. Yes, I am in 1945. And that really stayed just barely on the cusp of the battle cruisers gun range, and they had Mark III 14s. I think it was Mark III 14s anyway. While the second one was with the Venti the Bard, which is basically an Agincourt but with quad turrets and their 16-inch guns. That thing stayed at its pretty much maximum range and was able to best a battleship that had been in the entire class of that battleship has been affording my side since the beginning of, well, not the beginning of the game, but since my second war with America. Yeah, I have Gen 3 radar, and I'm getting the advanced one on the research soon, but, well, was soon before I cut the researcher's budget. Okay, can't withdraw, and this is an invasion fleet, so that is definitely an invasion fleet, so I can't do that. I'm sure the 18-inch guns will easily wipe out these destroyers. Okay, we lost a destroyer. Right, so you guys are moving along for a holiday in Cambodia. Again, me joking off that song again. Please tell me, Emperor of Finland, you have heard of a band called the Dead Kennedys? Yeah, I've been using that since the campaign before this one, the Japanese camp. Actually, no, I've been using it for longer than that. I figured that out by pure accident while doing budget saving. If you can believe it. Yeah, that's what... If I've had old ships that have had good service careers, I now no longer have to roleplay it as they've been sent off to the Department of Naval Historical Preservation and have it said that they were scrapped officially, but instead they get sold on into other nations and serve for the rest of their careers. Question, Emperor of Finland. How much do you know about ocean liners? And if so, then you might be able to say this question. Oh, give an answer to this question. And that is, if you had the option to save any ocean liner in history that did not sink, so Titanic and Lusitania are off the list, I will make exceptions to ships like, trying to think of an example now. Like SS America, which was sent for the scrapyards but then sank on the way to scrapping because their fate was pretty much already sealed before they sank, because they were going to scrap anyway. So that I make exceptions for, as well as also ships that were fire damaged. So you could, if you want to, say Normandy, although I'm actually going to throw out that caveat because yeah, okay, that has actually been the most that's actually been one of the most common answers I've gotten, surprisingly. Because I posted this in a Facebook group of ocean liner nerds. But yeah, the most common I've got has been Great Eastern, Ile-de-France, or Aquitania. Okay, so total list of ships that have been said is that my choices were the well, it's mostly known under its Chandras line name of the Victoria, and then the New Amsterdam from 1937. Then I had Oriana, the P&O line ship, Olympic, Mauritania, Liberat, Leviathan, the third Britannic, I mean, the one that was the last White Star liner left. As I've mentioned, Ile-de-France. I've had Olympic, I mentioned Aquitania, I've had Michelangelo, I've had Cranbrough, Empress of Australia, surprisingly, ship I can't pronounce the name of, Mauritania, loads of Normandies, I can send these ships home. I had one for Majestic. Runner-up is Resolute. I've had even one of the German four-flyers as well mentioned. The original Oceanic, L'Atlantique, and the 1962 SS France. Obviously a couple of Great Easterns. Conte di Savoia and the Bremen. And Queen Elizabeth. Yeah, I know it isn't. Yeah, I know about Great Eastern quite a bit because, funnily enough, when I was researching what is the mostly considered the first ever ocean liner, which is SS Great Britain, which, funnily enough, is also the oldest ocean liner still left. Thumbs up. Thumbs up us. And it's the only British ocean liner still left in Britain. Also thumbs up. I heard about Great Eastern because it's obviously as well had the same designer, Brunel, which if you don't know, SS Great Britain is still around today in the same dry dock she was built in. Like, yeah, we here in Britain have too many We here in Britain just have too many dry docks than what we can actually use, so we just put our museum ships in there and give them a whole sort of elaborate support systems and stuff and call it a day. Okay, the entire navy to in being, and then the entire destroyer fleet into limited being, and then I'm thinking we're going to quickly just refit the old destroyers, well, the older super destroyers, to a bit of a different spec these days, because I don't really think we need a super destroyer any longer. Well, on the scale we have a super destroyer, I should say. Reduce speed a whole bunch, and that then gives us a good bit of upgrades there. We do have better towers available, so I'm going to take that better tower option. And there we go. We have a destroyer that is leveled with Gen 3 radar, best everything. It's the best, that's the best. And now that's the best. And we've cheapened them a whole bunch. Cry for help in time of need, await relief from Holy League. 60 days of siege outnumbered and weak. Yeah. Sent a message to the sky, wounded soldiers left to die. Will they hold the war, or will the city fall? Desperation, no, it's, fuck, no, it's dedication, dedication. Dedication, dedication, they're outnumbered 15-1. Then the battle's begun, then the winged hussars arrive. Nah, I'll shut up now. Yeah, I only use, like... Normally, I would 1 inch the main belt and deck, and then 0.5 inch everything else. That's my normal way of doing destroyers. Wait, no, I was supposed to stay there and I'm pointing to the idiot in the room. You can see I'm pointing to myself, so yeah. Okay, so... what remain of that class is being refit now. Those light cruisers are going into limited, and then that guy's being scrapped. Because of his damage. Pairing for returns. Pairing for 4 turns. you're being scrapped. The age of the battlecruiser is almost over, but I'm keeping Daneseft and Detong around because Daneseft and Detong are have been the more productive members of the Daneseft class battlecruisers. And so they're being like the Quebec and being kept around for sort of sentimental reasons. Fucking hell, this is painful. Oh, we've got more viewers arriving. So, do you... Okay, chat, this is up to you now. Do you want me to try and blitz through to the end of the campaign now and get to the ending screen, or do you want me to cut it here? Cut it here, do peacetime until we get to a war, and then, like, do you want me to just try and blitz through the end without going into a war, or get one final war down before we end the campaign? Or could I just call the campaign an end here and, like, bankrupt myself or something? Here's the funny thing, though. I've somehow avoided bankrupting myself this entire campaign. France's economy is now stabilised. Yeah, Arabia, we can give you a good turn. I thought Austria-Hungary had control of Croatia. Maybe in the spherescal world that they had gone through, they don't have it under their control. Crew training can go down a bit. The transport budget can go down a bit. Let's blitz on to the end. We've only got 3 years left. Let's try and blitz to the end. Let's try to blitz to the end. No more wars needed. It'll be peace, and we could just blitz on through to the end. Seeing as we need something to do, yeah, we can give you a Tartaglia. We'll give you an Albedo class. We are now starting to export battleships to the world. Venti the Bard. I think we'll do good in a different navy. Because, like I said, I'm no longer planning to go into war, so... So yeah, the Venti the Bard can be... Oh, don't tell me they've recommissioned the Venti the Bard, because I've still got to add crew on. The game does this, you see. Germany have gone to the E and X class. Well, maybe because I didn't sink any ships of theirs, they have run out of names. Yeah, France and... No, I did not order you to be recommissioned. Shit. I can't uncommission it again. Like, yeah, we could reduce the Barbados down by 1 as well, because... Honestly, thinking about it, like I said, I'm not planning to go to war again. I just want to blitz through to the end so we see an ending screen, so... For YouTube viewers, if you want to see the ending screen, yeah, I'll give you a timestamp for the turn before the ending screen, so then you can get what the final tally of the Navy is, and I'll actually go through as well, sort of, before we end this and go through the final turning that will get us into the end of the campaign. I will go through a sort of what happens to a whole bunch of the ships we have. I probably won't do all 44 of them, but you never know. Or all 48, considering the fact that super destroyers as well. Italy. Yeah, we'll export 2 more of those designs. The original design of those can go goodbye. The Gintans, they're already cheap. Why don't we make them cheaper? Why don't we make them cheaper? Why not? Given the gas turbines. Because I'm still going to keep the Navy in a tip-top shape just in case we do have to go back to war before the campaign ends, but... Well, actually, that's made them more expensive going to gas turbines, so nah. Or maybe if I go with normal turbines. It's overweighted us, but I can easily fix that. Easily fixed. There, we've made them cheaper already. Go down to Orcs 2, made them cheaper already. I've already done that as a cheapskate thing for them. Standard the shells, made them cheaper already. Do that. Remove that. Made them cheaper already. These things are going to be ASW priority destroyers now. I'm going to remove those entirely. 3, 2, that reduces some costs. 0.5 and then 0.5 because reduce costs. Yep, they keep that stuff on them. They keep that stuff. So yeah, we made an already cheap destroyer for this time period cheaper. And then the surviving two Daneseths as well will go through a final refit at some point themselves. But yeah, Twitch chat. If any of you are going to be staying here, it's going to be like blitz riding through to the end, and then going through just a bit of the remaining history of the remaining ships, of what I'm going to say is the canonical ending to them. And it'll be for once I can actually give ships canonical endings. But yeah, for YouTube viewers, they won't even actually be seeing this bit because it will be edited out. Edited out to make this video shorter. But all you Twitch viewers have to go through everything. Here's the thing I've been finding really annoying, viewers. Well, Twitch will only hear this. So I'll just mention chat until we get to the roleplay of the ships part. So one thing I find really annoying, chat, is that I usually don't give myself enough sleep. Tonight's one of those nights I've given myself enough sleep. And yeah, I'm even more tired giving myself usual amounts of sleep than I am not giving myself enough sleep and always giving myself a sleep debt. I don't even know why I'm doing it here. I don't even have the research budget. Like I said, I'm just trying to now blitz through to the end. And this is going to be one of the few videos that are, that is edited by myself for YouTube, instead of just being a direct posting of the original video. Right. Yeah, the original Gintan design can go goodbye. The Venti the Bard is being sold off. Yeah, I should have Right, put you back to Mothball. You're being sold off, so delete that design. The Danesefs, I could go through one more refit with them before we obviously depart with them because of the campaign ending. Then again, this campaign ending is going to take a bit of a while still because of loading stuff. Oh, no, didn't have to do that. Okay, okay. Nothing much here. I might as well try and get myself back on some sort of a track with my research. Hold on, Twitch chat. I have a request of you. Think of some sort of challenging thing and what nation I should play my next campaign. Like, what nation and what challenge should I do my next campaign for? So, I have already played China, Japan, Italy more times than I can count, Austria-Hungary, briefly Spain, Germany, and... well, really, the only two nations I haven't played in any of these new updates is the Americans and the British. As the British, I did a whole massive campaign before the world map updates came out. So, you want an American campaign, biggest ship size available, as well as also, I'm guessing, as well from that, biggest guns available. So, biggest guns, I'm guessing you're going to want all the ships at a very high beam. A very high beam to account for the American stereotype of them being fat. No offense to Americans if you are in Twitch chat. What do I do about draught though? Are Americans really tall? I don't really know because I'm obviously not an American. Okay then, so pretty much a big guns, big draught, big beam ship. Yep. Yes, it's a meme campaign. I think that might finally be my biggest my biggest break on YouTube. It's like it's really titled like the Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, American Everything is Bigger in Texas campaign. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, just try and get everything peaceful as possible. Yeah, you can get a destroyer there. There, Netherlands. Having a new destroyer for you guys will be fine. I'm sure of it. How are our relations to the rest of the world? Good enough. Well, what year should I start from? That's also another thing. I was thinking 1900s start, but I could do 1890s, I could do any later. 1890. Okay then. Right, yep. Nothing really much to do again. I'm just gonna really be spamming the next turn button for the remaining 2 and a few months. 2 years, few months we have left of this campaign. Yeah, spam that. Good. Fine, we'll build one more Tartaglia. Spain has revolted. I think I might make myself another cup of tea, but for that though I'm going to have to leave the stream again. I don't want to just abandon the stream like this again. Oh, Emperor of Finland, should I add in another caveat that I cannot scrap any ships that are built? Kind of like what I did in my last Austro-Hungarian campaign of no ship scrappings. The only way the ships are leaving the Navy is if they get sold off to a different nation or if they're sunk in combat. No scrapping is allowed. The only way I'm going to allow scrapping is if the ship gets over 80% damage, let's say, on the damage end. As you see, there's a damage meter here. If it gets over 80% damage, it'll be scrapped as it sank due to the damage that it received before it could get to a repair yard. That's what I will do on that, is you can only scrap a ship if their damage meter is over 80%. I really should be writing this down. I'm sure I'll remember it. And I'm sure you could remind me about it when I do that stream tomorrow. If you'll actually be appearing there, that is. Because again, I don't like forcing viewers to follow. That's why I have follower only chat turned off. I don't like forcing viewers to come back again. I don't like that sort of stuff as well. Well, yes, it would be nice if I do get followers and reoccurring viewers and that. I don't like force it upon people or try to hound people like, oh, you should return for streams and stuff. Well, okay, maybe Robbo's an exception, but I'm surprised no one's gone for Venti right now. Yeah, it's unlimited. You can purchase the Venti the Bard if you want to. Everyone, it's a free Agincourt. It's a free Agincourt on steroids. Who doesn't want a free Agincourt on steroids? Could do that. Yeah, you get a couple of Gintans, 1947s. Okay, Daneset and the Tong are both going to limited. And we'll blitz through 1948 as well. Okay, well, Twitch chat, I'm going to have to start writing, well, thinking of what the fates after the end of this campaign for a lot of these ships are. Bloody hell. I'm thinking I'm going to give a couple of ships a good fate, a couple of ships a horrible fate, and a couple of ships just sort of average. They got scrapped. Fates. I believe in no way that a war will occur in the future. There is going to be, though, one ship I'm going to say is still in service within, like, the time of like, the 2020s in this reality. And it's going to be one of the capital ships, so... Okay. I just need to quickly set for something. Okay, so, hello there, YouTube viewers. It's just a very quick stop in the cut of edits at this moment of time, which is about 1:54-ish, just to say that an invasion of Thailand has happened and that the cutting out until the final fates of the ships have to be revealed to you all because of 1950 is still ongoing. Okay, editing me now set this back to a cut to the ship fates. Okay, Twitch chat, now YouTube viewers have left us again. It's pretty much that because this becomes a YouTube video. All my streams become, well, I should say most of them, become YouTube videos after they've done on their Twitch end. So, yeah, I just said that for reasons of getting, Oh, God. Putin has again dismissed another top general because of how bad things are going for him in Ukraine. Doesn't he know that that's not going to help? What instead is going to happen is that's going to make it worse. Because honestly, thinking about it, getting rid of a top general who has more of an idea of what is going on in the field of battle than the country leaders is not something good. But I'm saying that in general for a war, but in this case, it is actually something that's good. I'll add that bit in for which Twitch chat will only see anyway, but I should add that in case anyone mistakes that as a, oh, he's showing support for the idiot from the east. Oh, wait, yeah. Salisbury's that direction. Salisbury's about east enough. Yeah, about that direction. Oh, no. My Queen Mary model has just had a bit of a breakage to it. Well, more breakages to it. I need to just quickly refit the docking bridge onto it, and while I'm waiting this screen, go on to June, which is the best month of the year for me. Okay, Twitch chat, I'll spoil it for you. The capital ship that is still going to be in service in the Chinese Navy as of the 21st century of this reality will be the battleship Wei, because the battleship Wei has been the most successful battleship we had, and is probably, yeah, I'm going to say that the Wei here is going to be the only ship still in service, although she won't be the only one of her class remaining, although it would be really random of which one of her class remains and which one doesn't, which ones don't. She's gone, so I have to say, meet you all the way, down, meet you all the way, Rosanna, yeah. Right. France and Japan are having more issues with each other. Okay, August of 1948 begins. No, we're not giving out any more good talents right now. I'm your only friend, I'm not your only friend, but I'm a little glowing friend. But really, I'm not actually your friend, but I am. Blue canary in the attic by the light switch, who watches over you? Make a little birdhouse in your soul. Nah, I'll start with that one. Like, Birdhouse in Your Soul, it's like one of the strangest songs out there. And that was me just playing a Metallica song about, like, over an arm's distance away from my guitar. Well, yeah, I did have to reach across, but about, like, an arm's distance away from my guitar. Yeah, the intro to Nothing Else Matters is easy enough that you can do that. Hell, I could still do all this UAD stuff and just be playing Nothing Else, well, the main riff in Nothing Else Matters, or riff, if you could call it. Interesting story behind Nothing Else Matters, though. James Hetfield first came up with it when he was on the phone with I think it was a friend. He was on the phone with a friend, and he was just randomly doing that and thought, this could make a good song. And it's Metallica's most popular song, I believe. Well, okay, that might be debatable these days because of Stranger Things and Master of Puppets, but hold on a second. Seeing as we are obviously in a bit of a waiting loop, I'm going to actually look on Spotify and see what is Metallica's most popular song on Spotify. Most popular versus least popular. Oh, god, it's one of these loading screens though. I'm gonna have to go out and go back in. That's annoying. Spotify. No, I don't want Duran Duran, I want... Metallica. Okay. Anyone in Twitch chat, if you're fans of Metallica, just make a guess as to what is Metallica's most popular song out there. I'll give you moments to think. No, I'll give up thinking time. Their most popular is Enter Sandman with over 1 billion streams. Then it's Nothing Else Matters, then Master of Puppets. Damn, Stranger Things didn't make it popular enough. Well, at least Metallica is still the richest and most popular metal band there is. Although I'm wishing it was for a completely different song, well, completely different songs, as in grouping of songs, than what made them popular. As really what made them popular was the Black Album stuff, and then some people got into their other stuff, but... But I think, really, their best work is on Ride the Lightning and Justice for All, with Orion being a sort of exception within Master of Puppets. Although for Metallica as well, though, you have to say for bass work, though, it would be Master of Puppets as their best on a bass guitar standpoint, because yeah, and Justice didn't have the bass, and also, seeing as I said, Orion is sort of like the ultimate Metallica masterpiece. It's Metallica at their best with the best lineup they had, in my opinion. And then, essentially, Injustice for All was, because of things that were done with Jason and having his bass lines be cut. For Metallica, it would then be the Black Album, where bass would next be heard. Seeing as I was doing a Spotify check, and I know it's on the way to being released, I want to see if any of my most recent band I have joined worked on no, not yet. I know it's up on SoundCloud, but then again, SoundCloud is much easier to upload to than Spotify, and that we still gotta wait. I think it's till later this month until we can that EP is released via our distributor to Spotify. Yeah, France wants something. Okay, Ottomans, you get that. Netherlands, you're not getting another Tartaglia. Welcome to the last year of the campaign, viewers. I'm gonna have to just prepare myself to go back to the YouTube viewers. I need a bathroom break. I'll be back momentarily. The ship is taking form, and the silence of the seas about to drift into storm. Sign of power, show of force. Raise the anchor, battleships plotting its course. Pride of a nation, the beast made of steel. Bismarck in motion, king of the ocean, he was made to rule the waves across the 7 seas, to lead the war machine, to rule the waves and lead the Kriegsmarine. The terror of the seas, the Bismarck and the Kriegsmarine. 2,000 men and 50,000 tons of steel set a course for the Atlantic with the Allies on the hill. Firepower, firefight. Battle stations, keep your target steady in sight. Into formation, the hunt has begun. Okay, so we are just now going into March. Right. Okay, so we're closing in on the end of this campaign, which has been a long time coming. And very soon on the editing end, I'm going to have to bring back the YouTube viewers. Because I'm going to have to bring back the YouTube viewers so then they know what the fates of the ships that we are finishing off the constructions of are being. Well, not the constructions, but we've had in our fleet for most of them have been a lot of the campaign, actually. Especially like the Yishan here and all the majority of the Albedos. Like, the Albedos really had two batches, the 30s batch and the 40s batch. And yeah, they've been really good ships. And I'm glad I still have the footage left of their construction, so then I can, in a future campaign, as the Chinese, I can rebuild them. And hopefully get the same results. Now, I myself have received a request of what the next campaign could be. So, that's a potential idea, which is American 1890s starts with everything being as big as possible. Although probably wanting to go back to my own home country, though, something I don't know. Yeah, one thing is for certain, though, I'm not doing Japan, China, Italy, Austria-Hungary, or Spain. Well, actually, yeah, God, trying to make up decisions here. Can anyone explain to me why it's so hard to make a decision on thingies? So hard to make a decision on what to do next. Or what might be a better idea is taking a break until the new beta comes out and then maybe doing a whole bunch of stuff with that new beta. Okay, editing me, bring back the YouTube viewers now. Okay, YouTube viewers, you have been returned in June of 1949 to the news that our invasion of Thailand didn't go well. Okay. But we are approaching the end of the campaign, and I had decided to no longer keep you out of the loop at the end of the campaign. Now, in a couple of turns, I will go through with everyone the fate of almost every ship that is remaining in the Chinese Navy. First off, though, we're selling off 2 destroyers. Because why not? We're selling off 2 destroyers because why not? We don't need them anymore. And anyway, it gives me less ships to have to come up with fates for. I'm going to roleplay for reasoning of they're gonna have existed anyway. The aircraft carriers are only now started to become a thing in this reality, which will actually play into the fate of one of the ships here. Well, at least one of the ships here. In August, I'll go through all the fates. So it's this turn now that I have to now reveal the fates of all the ships after my tenure in the Navy. Netherlands, you're not getting a Danesef class. Okay, so for ship fate, the battleship Yashan here, which is the only surviving member of the Tartaglia class. Yashan would stay in service until 1962, in which then she would be moved to second line roles, and would then eventually in the 1980s be sold off to another nation. That other nation being a recently for that time reclaimed home territory France, and the ship would be known as the French battleship Liberette, and then later renamed L'Atlantique, and would be decommissioned in 1999 and would be a museum ship in Le Havre harbour as of this reality's the in-game reality's 2022. Battleship Albedo would survive in service until 1965, when she would run aground off of Manila, and her wreck stayed in surprisingly good condition until 1993, when she was finally raised and scrapped. The battleship Wei here, the most famous of the Chinese battleships during her career, she would survive into the 21st century in service, being still in service in this reality's 2016, although she would have her Q turret removed and replaced with VLS launching systems. Her engines would be upgraded again. Her armour as well also changed to reactive armour. And the most shocking change would be that her stern two turrets were removed and she was converted into a hybrid missile cruiser battleship aircraft carrier. That's Wei's fate for you. The battleship Wing would have a sort of normal service career for the rest of its life and would be scrapped in 1970 after failed attempts to turn her into a museum ship. New Tartaglia would be in service until 1966, when she would become a museum ship. Tensing here would be sold to Canada in the late 60s and would unfortunately be sunk with all hands lost in a storm after being low on maintenance 2 years beforehand in the 1980s. The Venti the Bard would never return to service, and she would be converted into an aircraft carrier very shortly afterwards. The two under construction ships you see here that are for the Ottomans and Netherlands, I'm not going to make up fates for them. Danesef would become the only surviving member of her class by the 2020s in this reality, albeit she's a museum ship and has been refitted back to her original fitting with 4-inch guns, and the 7-inch gun has been removed. De Tong would be scrapped in 1952. Then for the light cruisers, all of them would have sort of standard careers for light cruisers that were converted to sort of missile sort of cruisers, and would all by 1970 be decommissioned, and except for this one highlighted here, well, I just picked that at random, they would all be scrapped, whereas this one would be a museum ship. The Super Destroyers, the surviving members of them, all of them would be scrapped by the end of the 1950s, and then for the Gantangs, half of them would be converted to missile ships, the other half would be sold off into foreign service. And by the 2022s, only Gantan herself is around, but she is the Ventacinco de Mayo, a missile destroyer for the Argentinians. That's the fate of the Navy. Now we just carry on till the ending here. Oh god, I skipped New Tartaglia and stuff, didn't I? I think I did. Well, I've given enough fates of the ships already. Like, only a couple of them are still around, and Wei herself is an interesting design. Oh yeah, I should mention, Venti the Bard, after she was converted to a carrier, she would actually see combat again, but she would be sunk in said combat because it encountered a Rhode Island class battleship. Yes, it is the end of the campaign. For once, I've made it to an end of a campaign. Twitch chat there, YouTube viewers. But which I am going to go a bit off topic and say that the Rhode Island class battleships is sort of like the Iowa class of this reality, and go through mix of commissioned, decommissioned, commissioned, decommissioned, until then finally being offed as museum ships. Last turns. It's the last turns. End of the campaign. We'd have finally made it. What's going on with that stupid door there? It seems that that door there is having a mind of its own. Unless, of course, someone has somehow been able to climb through the bathroom window and then is trying to wait until a moment that I'm certainly not looking, and then sneaking past them and stealing stuff. Nah, that wouldn't happen. It's probably only just that the door's left ajar, the window's open there, and the pressure difference is causing it. That's the more likely circumstance. Right, November. And we finally get Mark III 20-inch guns. Yeah, though, they're not being fitted on any ship, unfortunately. Well, I could update the fate of Wei in that she gets her forward 2 turrets placed 20-inch. No. No, I've already said Wei's fate is she's still in service as sort of a battleship, missile cruiser, aircraft carrier hybrid. And December of 49. December of 49. It's finally happening! It's finally happening! I'm reaching the end of a UAD campaign! You don't know how much joy I'm actually having right now, Twitch chat. That this is the first ever campaign I've been able to end in this game because it hasn't been saved, what? No, you're not getting any more stuff off us. And there we are. There we are. End of the campaign. Okay, so wars fought. Versus Britain, we sunk nothing. Against France, we sunk a CL and 2 destroyers. Versus Germany, we sunk nothing. No, we sunk a heavy cruiser. Versus the Americans, we sunk... a battleship, 2 heavy cruisers, 9 light cruisers, and 3 destroyers. Versus the Soviets, we sank nothing. Our allies did all that. Versus Italy, we sank nothing. Versus Austria-Hungary, we sunk nothing. Versus the Japanese, we sunk battleship, 3 battle cruisers, 5 armoured heavy cruisers, 5 light cruisers, and a destroyer. And versus Spain, we sunk nothing. So, my total ships built were, for myself, 8 battleships, 2 battle cruisers, 8 light cruisers and 40 destroyers were built during this campaign. I lost 2 of those battle cruisers, 1 of those light cruisers, and 9 of those destroyers for 153,000 tons sunk total. One of those battleships lost was very big, I'll admit. Yeah. Campaign has ended. 20 years. Hitting years have I been waiting to sit upon the throne. Right then, Twitch. That and YouTube, that is the end. It's the end. It's the first ever time I can say this. It's the end. Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts will return with a new campaign soon, hopefully. And during that time, I would like to direct you to some of my other series, like the World of Warships series or the Fallout series. And I hope you all enjoyed watching this. And on that, silent service going silent.